Greetings and blessings, butterflies. Welcome back. I'm Themis Moore, and I'm here with your Fragrance Before Flight reading for whenever this reading finds you. It was meant for you. Here at Fragrance Before Flight, we explore the potential patterns, behaviors, and triggers that may show up for you and cause limitations or blockages as you move along your desired paths towards your highest good or your destiny. We're going to start off by pulling a card from the Love Oracle card, and then we're going to get you a card from the Shadow Work deck. With these readings, the intention is to give you practical steps how you can move past these blockages and these triggers so that you can show up and, achieve the desires of your heart, and you can always operate from your place of your highest self. So I've already shuffled the cards off screen. I'm going to cut them and we're going to get the messages that Spirit wants us to have, and I will give them to you once we see the cards. Here we go. The first card we have is Pain, which is apprehensive, afraid, and cautious. The Shadow Work card that we have to accompany this card is going to be Quarrelsome. Does this action fulfill an emotional need for you? Does it make you feel powerful? Is it a bad habit that needs to stop? Okay, my butterflies. With the energy of pain, feeling apprehensive, afraid, or cautious, I'm getting the feeling that some of us may be starting fights or arguments, and it's deriving from a place of pain. Um, Pain is all about the things that can come from, I'm saying, you feeling pain. Could be feelings of, you being stuck in something, you feeling worried about something. Um, Consequences can cause you pain, grief. There's a lot of things that can cause you pain, my beautiful butterflies. But with this energy of quarrelsome, this reveals conflict, my butterflies. This energy is showing us that pain, my butterflies, is weighing very, very heavily on some butterflies out there, on some of us out here. It's in that moment that we're apprehensive or holding back because of the what ifs or the whatnots. It's in those moments that pain becomes so loud. When we're dealing with conflict or energy of being quarrelsome, that energy is usually external to us. That energy shows up as arguments and fights with other people. It shows up as tension in our relationships. It shows up as, nitpicking things, maybe, going on at the workplace, at your job. It can show up in a lot of different ways, but it can oftentimes, just as well as it can show up externally, it can show up internally, my butterflies. It can show up as in ways of you fighting with yourself. It can show up as you second guessing your choices. It can show up as you going through experiences that leave you in a place where you are creating battles in your mind, my butterflies. But Spirit is asking us to take a pause and take notice and ask ourselves, what are we really afraid of? Are we afraid because there's a very, very real danger? Or are we afraid and causing arguments and being quarrelsome just because our inner critic keeps telling us that we're not enough or that we're small in a situation, that someone else is superior to us? But the message that Spirit wants to share with us, my beautiful butterflies, is that fear, that pain, it may come forward for you just because of those battles that you hold within, just because of that cautiousness, just because of that apprehensive energy that you hold so tightly to, my butterflies. So, Spirit is asking you to release that fight, to release all of that quarrelsome energy within yourself. Because not every move needs to be met with resistance, my butterflies. Peace clears the path to your progress. And that's what you are hoping for, my butterflies. Your aim, your intention, your focus is on your progress. So that's what we want to cultivate. That's what we want to be mindful of. We want to be mindful that we are working on progress. So we don't have to continue to hold on to pain. We don't have to continue to be fearsome. We don't have to pick fights and be quarrelsome. We don't have to pick fights with that on the outside of us or within us. Because I'm pretty sure many of my butterflies out there, the fight is within. The fight is more within than it is outside of you. So Spirit wants you to be aware of that energy. Spirit wants you to go within, to take a look at that energy and seek the answers of how you can release that energy and be more trusting in yourself, believe in yourself more, to be more confident. And knowing that whatever happened has already happened, so it's over with. You can honestly and truly let it go, my butterflies. I want to leave us with the question first. I want to leave us with the question, something that we could ask ourselves if we're dealing with this energy, something healing that we can start with. This is a practical step that we can take. With this step, with this first step, we're gaining answers. So within that introspection that I'm asking you to take, I want you to have a question on hand to be able to utilize when you go into this introspection. I want you to ask yourself, where in my life am I creating conflict instead of choosing peace? This is not a question for you to look at somebody else outside of you creating any conflict. This is for the conflict within you, my butterflies. Start with the conflict within you before you can attempt to do anything outside of you. The affirmation that I want to leave us with it is, I release the battle within. Fear no longer rules my choices. Peace and courage guide my next step. Allow peace and courage to take you to your next step, my butterflies. Allow peace and courage to set you free. Allow peace and courage to release you from this pain. If you all have appreciated these messages I have left with you all for today, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. I would greatly, greatly appreciate it. And as always, it's been an honor, because my healing is your healing and your healing is mine. So let's transform together. Welcome to your metamorphosis, butterflies. And until next time, you all have a blessed, loved, and safe rest of your day.